Welcome back, everybody! It's time for part 2 of Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm waving again, but I don't know why I waved.
I'll put an animation.
Okay.
Invicta.
Hi.
Oh, wait, please.
Look, it's 2 hands. If no one has anything else to do in Falande, you guys can set out for Otterun.
Are we travelling the road?
Yes, you are. There is a road that you can take. It goes through the Feyoi Forest, which is where the elves live.
I can see me mum.
The
I love that place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's right next to
That's the same place.
No, that
it's
was
actually the dwarven
the
name for it.
intonation is slightly different.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There's
That's where the barbarians are from.
You're just thinking of a
actually.
suburb.
Christ's
That was
sake,
a
enunciate.
It goes through the Feyoi Forest. And the journey takes you guys make good time. You get there just over a week. But then you guys arrive in Otterun. The letter had asked you to go straight to the estate of the Earl of Otterun, Lord Torrin Otterun. But when you are approaching the actually, this is a good time to switch maps, so you don't have to stare at this ocean of things. As long as I remember how I can. Oh, Keegan moved. It's fine. I think I got you. Paste.
Where's
There's-
Sin gone?
I should have done this beforehand. Why didn't I do this during the break? Why did you guys let me not do this?
I don't know.
Those
These
crying,
things.
probably. Back there. Alright. We'll move you to this one.
Oh.
You guys are at the bottom, the very bottom. And like I said, this one is huge.
Oh,
And
well,
I
so we are.
You guys should still have movable. Yep.
Yep.
But as you guys approach the gate,
Ooh.
you hear someone behind you shout, "Wait! Don't go in there!" And you guys turn around. When you turn around, you see someone coming from water is flipped out and falls on his back.
But no, I'm looking that way.
Alright. You bend backwards and look. Everyone looks backwards. And you see someone armored to where they look like a guard, running up the trail towards you, and says, "Are you the Greencloaks?"
Yes,
Yes.
we are. We are the Greencloaks that have been sent here.
And Lotta, you really ought to be careful when you bend over backwards like that. Let a brother know before you do that.
These are risks you're gonna have to take.
Septimus nods.
The guard kind of holds a hand to his chest as he catches his breath, and he says, "Oh, thank the gods. We've actually moved into the rest of the town of New Otterun because things have gotten really bad in there. We lost half a dozen more guards to the things," he says.
In God's name, was that man hunting?
Just how many? What's going? Is it one big beast or is it many little critters that are running
Or is
around
it-
here doing this?
There's way
Then-
more than one. There's way more than one.
Can we get a numerical value?
The guard runs his hand through his hair, and he says, "Oh, it was probably he really liked to hunt, and he had all sorts of things. I don't know what's alive in there. We've definitely seen the animals. There's probably 20, 25, 30 things."
Sep inquires as to what he's seen
there are weasels. We saw wolves the other day.
Weasels. We could get you a
He was
proper
very-
mount.
Do you think we
Is-
overstepped our boundaries?
Are you?
I think we can do this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to question, but that's pretty scary.
Weasels.
He was very fond of weasels. Those he didn't hunt. Those were his pets.
Oh, okay. That's alright then.
So wait, his pets are attacking people too? Or are they just
Yeah.
running around?
He had them. When they passed, he had them stuffed and put into his collection as well.
Okay. So they're
Wait,
dead
so-
weasels.
They're
They're
they
not
should
dead anymore.
be dead, but they're not dead anymore.
Well, they're undead pet weasels.
Which means
Something like
I
that.
was just thinking that. Turn undead!
So
Like-
wait, so we were instructed that there were going to be a bunch of hunting trophies that have somehow come to life and are running amok. And you're telling me that it is also spread to these stuffed weasels?
Well, taxidermy things are trophies too.
exactly.
Yeah, it was every.
And sometimes in Invicta, the details of the quest are not exactly what are going on between the people's minds. You never know what is actual reality and what is actually detailed in the briefing.
I whisper to I whisper to Keegan and say, "Listen, gnome, I don't know who this Sinvicta is, but my name is Otter."
Lauder, I apologize. Sometimes, you read, and yeah. I met a big barbarian named Sinvicta once, and you really remind me of him, so I apologize for confusing his name with yours.
I've actually heard of that barbarian, and he was very good in Diablo 2. But in Diablo 3,
I
he
think
was
he
not.
was a real asshole.
Just
but-
accept my apology, Mr. Lauder. I apologize. If I'm going to be writing on your neck, I should at least get your name right.
Heck.
Oh dear.
The guard looks up at the sky, and you guys have arrived fairly late afternoon. The sun is starting to set over the trees of the copses nearby, and the trees inside of the estate. And he says, "Oh, we'd better get out of here, unless you want to go in there tonight, because that's when they all come to life, is when the sun sets."
Sep looks at him and goes, "So during the day that they're not alive?"
As far as we can tell,
So,
but everyone we send in there still dies,
Okay.
Indeed.
or at least they never come back.
Alright.
well, has anyone ever come back? At all? In general?
Not since the entire estate was evacuated.
Okay.
Good. Oh, goodness.
So there's no one we can ask about their experiences with the...
You can ask the Lord and his servants. Like I said, we all went into town to New Otterun.
Can I
We'll ask.
do a? Is it possible to do a perception check on the guard to see if he's lying? Because he said that
You can do a sense motive check.
he specifically said that he saw things running around, but then said that everyone goes there and always dies.
Yep.
So
You may make a sense motive check. That'll
Is it hearsay?
You may on your character sheet down in the skills section. It is sense motive. You have a +1 in that. So in the chat, go ahead and roll a 20-sided die plus your sense motive modifier, which would be 1.
So 1d20 plus 1.
how would I actually?
Type
Someone's going to have to.
Okay, so type /roll space 1d20 plus 1, and then hit enter, and it will do the roll for you on the screen like that.
18.
Bloody hell!
Look at that. I'm a very perceptive barbarian with perfect teeth.
All right. You're reasonably certain that the guard is not lying when he says that everyone who has been sent in has not returned.
Okay.
But he is not lying when he says that they've noticed wolves.
So we have reason to believe him. I whisper to Tempo, who was also skeptical.
Okay. Sep looks at the guard, shakes his head vaguely, and then looks at the other three and goes, "Do we wait? Do we go in tonight?"
Keegan interjects and says, I wonder if we should try to go in and destroy these beings now, or is there some time beforehand, maybe in the daytime when they're not active, that we can find where they are and do something to destroy them? Because I feel like if we go to try to destroy them in the nighttime, what's gonna stop them from coming back the next day? Is there a way that we can sentence these beasts to eternal sleep forever, or are we always going to be
One would
dealing with them?
One would presume that if I cut its head off, it can't move.
Lauder says, "We weren't paid here to think. We're paid here to act. Let's go in."
Lauder, I am on top of your head to be your head. Do not worry about it. You do the swinging, I do the thinking. That is all.
So we're in agreement then. Charge!
Let's do it. I will keep you safe if you decide to do whatever you want to do.
The guard makes no move to follow you, and he says, you guys are going in there? Like right now?"
I Lyra votes for interviewing the Lord.
Interview. We have no time to interview though. Right now, there are things going on right now, and people are
And
getting
nobody
killed.
is there right now. So
Everybody's getting killed. How many more are gonna die tonight if we just sit there and wait until tomorrow?
Is the estate evacuated?
Yeah, there's no one, that, unless they snuck back in for whatever reason. Madmen. There shouldn't be anyone in there.
There's no one there. We should gather information so we don't all die. Or follow the barbarian.
You make a very, very valid point. I apologize. It just takes, I'm sorry. I've seen you, and you're pretty reckless sometimes in the past. So I'm gonna go with you right now in this time, and I will side with you on this one. We should gather information.
I had a gnome stalker?
Apparently everyone in this campaign has had a gnome stalker.
When you thought it was the wind moving your curtains, it wasn't.
It wasn't a dwarf either.
It was simply a gnome playing a dwarf. Lauder sighs and says, "Fine, if we're going to find information and not do anything, then I'll follow you, pansies."
Sep turns his horse around and inquires with the guard, "Where's the Lord?"
He's staying at one of the at the mayor's house down in New Otterun. I'll take you back down there.
Wait, so we're in a town named Otterun, and they already have a new Otterun inside the town.
The earldom is known as Otterun, and then
The name of the
and then the name of the town is New Otterun.
Okay.
So it's New Otterun.
So there's an old Otterun somewhere else?
Presumably.
Okay. We'll ask.
Dun dun dun!
Alright. So
You're in Otterun all along.
It was always a dream.
No.
So you guys follow the guard, I presume?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yes.
Alright, you guys follow the guard back down the road a little bit, and then you come to a crossroad that you had earlier come to, but had gone to the estate. Instead, you take a different turn, and you head towards the town that you can see now in the distance. It's a fairly considerably large town, probably on par with Falande. There is a larger house in the middle of town that he leads you to, if you decide to follow him the entire way. Most of the people around you are humans. You do spot the odd elf and dwarf, but nothing seems to be out of the ordinary.
Keegan whispers into Lauder's ear, I have a really weird feeling about all this right now.
Otter says we're not stopping at any brothels.
Understandable. Whisper into.
You hear from a nearby church, a priest on the steps proclaiming, "We have closed the last brothel in this town. Haha! Success!" As you pass.
Sep
Keegan
sighs.
pounds his fist on.
Lauder
Keegan
says-
pounds his fist on Lauder's shoulder for no
Lauder-
reason at all.
Otter says to Keegan, "That was one hell of a coincidence that they just happened to be saying that." Right?
Oh,
Kind of odd.
Priest shouts, "Everything happens for a reason!" as you disappear around a corner.
Fuck Elle. Right, so are we outside the manor?
Yeah, I can make a new page. Let's actually move all of you guys over here. Copy all the peeps. Copy
Will you sit still, Tempo?
these ones here.
I'm sorry, I had to shut my door.
Horsey thingy.
Ooh,
Blur.
whoa, it's everything. It's all white!
We're in the Matrix.
Oh, I put you guys at the bottom again, like a derp. Here, I'll put you guys at the top.
It's still all white.
It's still all white.
Yep.
Oh.
That's bad.
Yeah, everything's white.
Oh, you mean like
It's like
the
high school
grid
all
itself?
over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't drawn it yet.
Tempo! Jesus Christ!
This is new.
Just kidding, I'm kidding.
But I missed it.
Oh, I go, it's all white, and he goes, it's like high school again.
I just say that Keegan would never tell a detail like that.
Alright, so you guys pull up to this building. There are walls like this
Oh, this is
that go
brilliant.
around it.
This is the manor. This is. Oh
This
wait, no.
This is the mayor's house.
That is one heck of a house.
He needs to get some work done. Right. Sep dismounts from his lovely horse and ties it up outside.
Oops, that's blue for some reason.
Ooh.
Alright. You find hitching posts.
I can't move my horse.
I forgot to.
My horse is
This
amazing.
one, great.
My horse also gets tied up somehow.
Ugh.
Keegan states, "Are you guys afraid that if you leave your horses out here that they may turn on us when we come out, perhaps?"
But they're not dead.
They're not dead.
Unless you intend on stabbing my horse in the neck before we go in, I think we're okay, Keegan.
Alright.
Also,
Well,
Keegan, are you going
thank
to
you.
tie up your horse?
I will tie up my horse as well. I
You
just
can't leave
Alright.
Lauder outside.
There are no pony tokens. I have to give you a horse. But you have been riding.
yes, I've been riding a lot of. I left my horse actually, so I don't actually have a horse of my
You
own.
don't have a horse.
I actually don't.
You rode Lauder this entire
Lauder?
time.
The whole way.
What?
All right. Well, you were provided with a
Saddlebag for him.
no, you were provided with a fairly fat horse apparently.
Oh, thank you.
You're provided with a horse anyway, and you guys have been you've been taking it by the lead. Horse is very bored.
We had to unleash. It's okay.
That horse had the easiest job out of anyone. Literally didn't have to do anything. He could have walked here with his eyes closed.
Why did I get the fat horse?
It's your own horse.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah,
Why is my horse so fat?
because it has so much armor on it.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah, that'll do.
It's just beefy.
Not fat.
It's a very
big
strong
bone.
horse.
It eats
It's
only
like
the
a fight
greatest, the greenest grass of
Wouldn't
Yeah.
Wouldn't beefy mean that was a cow?
It
Just
eats cows.
Been masquerading as a horse this entire time.
Day 432. They still don't know I'm not a horse.
Actually, do you guys want to take a quick 5-minute break while I draw this so that it doesn't look as horrible?
Yeah, we can do.
Alright. So, we'll be back in a minute, guys. Woohoo!